gonna go ahead and get started, and like always, we have Pastor Logan here, who's gonna say a prayer first before we get started.
All right, come on, let's bow our heads together. Our gracious Father, we thank you, Lord, once again. Oh, it seems now it's been like 2 months since we've been together, and you've held us all these 60 days separation, and you keep holding us even before that, and then after that, according to your will and your way. We ask you to come and be in the midst of this meeting, and we come together as citizens, working together to make things better. We ask you to hold us and keep us. Bless our president, all the members that are sitting, and all our guests and members here today. In the name of Jesus, we pray, we ask it all. We say together, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Logan. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon. I want to say that, like always, we're here to listen. We're here to find out what's going on in the neighborhood. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows we don't over-talk anybody. We're not going to loud talk. Everybody has their own opinion, so we're just going to listen to those opinions. First off, we have code enforcement, and Aaron is no longer with us. So we have the new guy, Donnie, right?
Yes.
Donnie. Okay, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Donnie Denny. I'm a senior code enforcement officer for the city. I've been with the city about 11 years. We just lost to Aaron, so I took over this area. I don't know for how long, because we've got 2 other officers that are fixing to retire. So we're going to be hiring people and getting them trained. So currently I'm in here right now. I've been here about a month. Been working on following up on stuff that Aaron was addressing, and then complaints that come in and other things, and then all the rain we got, the grass growing. One thing I always like to give everyone a reminder is if you've got, trees on your property, bushes, and they're growing out over the sidewalk, you gotta keep those trimmed back, 7-foot clearance, just to allow people that are out walking, to get up and down the sidewalk. I'll leave a stack of my cards here. If anyone wants to grab some, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll definitely do what I can to get it addressed. So anyone got any questions for me right now? No? All right.
When you say lost, do you mean like he passed away?
No,
okay.
he's not working with the city anymore.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I should have been more clear about that. It's way too young.
Right.
So,
We're not that.
yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll help you out. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have the police department. Tony, I'll let you come up and introduce both of you guys.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Tony Salas. I know a couple faces here, but I'm Deputy Chief for North Operations, which covers Southeast Denton area and stuff like that. This is Paul Willenbrock, who will actually be assuming the role of Deputy Chief, taking my place come July 6th in 2 weeks, so that's why we're going to attend the meeting as well. So we're just here to listen, see about any of these complaints that come in or anything like that. We need to do the work. Okay?
You got promoted?
Yeah, I'm actually taking on the role of Assistant Chief come July 6th. We're always here to help. We're working with the community, so that's what it's all about. Yes.
Of course, we know our homeless population seems like it's just, getting worse and worse. I don't know if we're just seeing more people or, or they're just in certain locations. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the police department's, view is on the homeless and how do you help them and, what you guys have going on over there?
Yeah. Well, right now the problem is citywide. It's not just a Denton problem, but it's a county problem where there just aren't enough resources for us to help everybody. So we're on the county seat. We provide more resources than any other city within Denton County, so this is why you're seeing an increase of homeless people in the city, just because we provide the services. We're trying to get a hold of control the situation, but it's pretty much an impossible task. How do we accomplish that citywide? How do we help people that sometimes don't want help? The ones that want help are pretty easy to get on the right track, but the ones that don't want help are the ones we're having to deal with. Because we're facing multiple issues, just like mental health, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, that we're having to deal with that also play a role in being homeless. I wish I had a one-liner that would solve the problem, but there just isn't a needs solution for it. We actually met with CMO's office this morning, discussed it further. How does that look going to the future? You know, what do we set the stage for in the coming 6 months, in the coming year? There's definitely discussion about it. So that's the best I can give you right now as far as how we address the problem one by one as a police department. Any other questions for me?
I got a question. I need to know if this is a violation, because I see it a lot on Woodrow, which I drive every day, and I drive on Teasley every day. I see police cars, sheriff, I've even seen ambulances. They're like third or fourth in line at a red light, and then they cut the lights on so they can go around, and once they go through the light, they cut the lights off. That's gotta be a violation.
That is, again, that'll be covered in our policies. As do they have the authority to actually run code 3, which is lights and sirens, to bypass any traffic laws. You know, there's certain situations where we are allowed by policy, by law, to do that. There's an emergency situation, but they shouldn't just be doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
just to get to a light.
I mean, I've seen it on Woodrow probably 3 or 4 times in the last month. I mean, one of them was a Louisville police officer, but I've seen a county and a Denton officer just cut the lights on,
If you see,
go around. I mean, what do you do in that situation?
that is, if you see that type, please report it.
Okay, yeah, I try to get the number. I don't know if y'all have numbers on your back of your cars, but
Yeah, we do, but even if you don't get the number, we have GPS devices that track on all city vehicles, so we'll be able to find out who was at that intersection.
Okay.
So we don't know about it, we can't address the issue.
well, I mean, I saw it, but like I said, I don't know. I didn't know what to do, but now I
Yeah,
know.
you just call a non-emergency number to request speak to on-duty supervisor, and then we can address the issue.
Okay.
That should not be happening, especially as a Denton police officer. But it's another agency, it's very little we can do.
Right.
You know, so we want to control what's under our umbrella. Yes.
There's been some increased calls to me about people hanging out in the park after hours and staying out. And, so, you know, if I can catch my phone, then I'll go ahead and send it to the city, to the router, to the police department. But then it takes some time for the police department to show up. So how does a citizen, other than coming through me, that can go directly to the police department if they see something like that? Because there's some hours or something, the parks are closed at a certain hour and.
Correct, there shouldn't be anybody in parks after hours, even if we offer at 10 o'clock.
10 to 6
So
a.m.
anything after that is gonna be a city ordinance violation. So if anybody ever has any question about, hey, what's going on, there's always an on-duty supervisor working at the police department. You can always call the non-emergency number, or just call, if you want, 911, and they'll say, let me speak to an on-duty supervisor, I don't want to know what's going on with this. So that's what our supervisors are there to do, to make sure that everybody else is doing their job. You know, but unfortunately, when those loud music calls come in, what they're calling out disturbances, you know, we're on priority 1 call, which is robberies, you know, domestic violence, assaults, stuff like that. We have to apply our resources there first, and then we address things according to priority, which is not that it's not important, but we have to look at it from the safety standpoint, which one we have to send an officer to first. It's always going to be life-saving measures first. Anything else?
But I just want to make a comment. You know, we see on the news across the nation, people that gather for these annual days and parks and stuff. Usually it's a shooting, but unless it's slipped by me, I don't think we had anything like that in Denton.
No, we've been very lucky.
Very
We
blessed.
try to be proactive.
Yes.
We just had the Juneteenth event, went off flawlessly. We did a lot of preparation to plan those events for safety and making sure that we cover every aspect that we can. There's always going to be an unknown, but we have a person specifically assigned to look at an emergency action plan, is what we call it, to make sure that we cover every angle and everybody knows what's going on. If there is bad weather, where people can shelter, if there is an emergency situation where we can address those issues and stuff like that. So there's a lot of planning that goes into that to be able to run a smooth event. You know,
Well, I just want to congratulate our citizens and everyone that was involved in making it a peaceful meeting.
it was great. When we were out there, it was great.
There's some seats up front if somebody needs a seat.
Anything else? So for those of you that came in late, once again, my name is Tony Salas. I'm Deputy Chief over North Operations, which covers the Southeast Denton area. So that's why I'm here. Want to make sure that show my face and make sure that we will answer the questions you guys may have. Lieutenant Willenbrock here will be assuming the position of Deputy Chief July 6th. That's that will be a point of contact when it comes, but we're always available. So anytime you guys have questions, want to talk, please give us a call. That's what we're here for. Okay?
We're going to have an opportunity to meet our new chief.
She will be probably at the next set meeting. She got tied up on something else today. Jessica Romero is our new chief, interim chief, so she's great. So you guys are gonna love her. Like I said, she's fantastic. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Officer.
Randy, I'll let you go ahead. Randy. Randy's back.
So I'm glad to be back with y'all, and I have a big announcement I want to make, that y'all have inspired us, and as far as I know, SED is the only active community service area that there is. So, we're gonna have a second one, and we're gonna mirror images off of SED.
All right.
And we have our chair right here. See how bright you know him? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure, my name's Jacob Moses. I'm at the Denton Affordable Housing Corporation, a neighbor of Randy's, and yes, so inspired by all of y'all's work and look forward to doing something comparable with neighborliness in the West Denton Residential Historic District near downtown.
So thank you for being an inspiration to the rest of Denton.
What area is it?
It's gonna be at the round Calvin Middle School area.
You introduce your wife?
Real quickly.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were doing.
You know, really want to be, sometimes you forget about it. Well, the brain behind the brain, is a woman, and it's Annetta Ramsey. You'll see a lot of her articles on Denver Chronicles, so she does a lot of historical work. But I know Randy comes presented with charts and a lot of detail about Southeast Denver, about Quakertown. But he's good, he's smart. But there's a PhD behind him, and that's Annetta. You see her articles on Denver Chronicles.
Well, hello, everyone. It's so good to be in you all's presence again. I'm always very excited to be here. It just seems like it's been so long. I have something in my hand, but I'm gonna come back to that. The first thing I have here is new police chief. So I didn't know whether or not she had come, or I missed her being here, but we're certainly excited to have her here. I've had a chance to meet her, and she's great. I'll put it that way. She's a great person to have in charge at this point for the city of Denton. Couple of things here. I do understand that there has been a traffic study.
There was a fly.
Oh, there's a.
I'm not telling you to sit down.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pivot from what I was about to say. But what I do want to do is to introduce our newest city council member. Her name is Jester. Please, Jill, please stand up, and so we can say hello to you. She's so glad to be here. She is a hometown girl, born and raised here, so I know that she has an additional piece of passion that everybody else in here that's been born and raised here. I certainly do appreciate that about hometown folks just getting involved. That makes my heart feel really well, and it's great. We sit next to each other on the city council dais. So whenever I'm able to kind of give a little word to her, and she's able to give me a little word, I certainly appreciate.
She gives me more words, like don't press that.
Yeah.
Don't press that.
You know, I can't give it a little out, like, okay. But anyway, so just want to get back to this, and I know I only have like 3 more minutes left. Traffic study, we did put in our complaint about, the traffic. We have more traffic over here on Woodrow. The city did do a traffic study, and they have noted that there is a significant increased amount of traffic on Woodrow. So of course that is going to, if the conversation is gonna have to be had about traffic lights or something. know we have that new apartment complex coming up. We know kids are gonna be living there. We gotta find out how to get them over here, and they're gonna be, to Rivera. Kids are gonna go to Rivera, so we gotta figure out how we're gonna get them over here on this side of Woodrow safely. So that's in the works there. The other thing is that just recently, as of the other day, the city council passed an ordinance regarding the air conditioning units. We are compassionate people. This is why people want to be here, because we take care of each other. So we did pass an ordinance in regards to folks being able to have air conditioning units in their place of residency, regardless if it's their home or if it is they're renting. They live in HOAs. We simply cannot have people out here in 115-degree in the house heat because someone doesn't like what an air conditioning unit looks like at a house. Come on, health and safety first. So that was an easy one for me, and that was an easy one for some other folks on the dais to go ahead and pass that. The other thing is that the city council members just had a retreat this past weekend, and a retreat gives us an opportunity to kind of check off some things that we have been working on since last year. The city gave us a whole list of things and remind us of some of those things that we asked for a year before last, and gave them a year to get some things done. They did a great job in checking off a lot of stuff. Still have some things to go, but we did put our priorities in place. We all agreed that health and safety would continue to be the first priority. We are ready to assign funds to the police department and the fire department and any emergency services first. That's where the money goes to first. We need more police officers because we're a bigger city. Right now, I understand that there's about 13 police officers on the street at any time, and that's a lot of work for some people. You all can look at the blotter that they have and see at least every week there's, you'll confirm that there's nearly 100 incidences a week for them to attend to, and wrecks and deaths and robberies and all that stuff going on in the city. You all are doing really well over here in Southeast Denton in that regard to crime. So we put that first. And the other thing that we talked about was economic development. We got all of this housing coming up, all of these apartments coming up, new housing all over the place, which a lot of us can't afford, but it's still here. We are supporting some housing that is under the hood. There's some supplemental housing that's going around in some of these apartments, so you all make sure that you all look those things up and find out which one of these new apartment complexes is one of those apartments that you can get a supplement on your income and move into. We agree to do that. The other thing is this form that I have here, new something, I can't even read my handwriting. There is a brand new homeless community that is homeless, little tiny home community that is coming up on the west side of the city. It's on the west side of I-35, up on the northwest corner there. They're gonna be coming up and they're gonna be building homes. I'm looking forward to building a beautiful tiny home village. These homes are gonna be small, but these are gonna be permanent housing for people. Probably one house is just like a dorm room style, but at least it's a place to stay permanently, an address, a phone number to get their lives started. I went out there the other day and it's gonna be awesome. So you all keep your ears open. You might have or know someone that needs a place to stay, and that's gonna help us with that level of people that's chronically homeless. They're not mental, but it's something going on that's keeping them from stepping up into that space. So they're gonna have work solutions. All of those folks are gonna be able to get those services out there to those people. I'm excited about that. Looking for like 300 people can live out there. So that's a big deal. The next thing is, of course, transportation cable. How are they gonna get out there? So now we gotta get on DCTA to make sure that we have some public transportation going out that way. And that's in a few years. That's not next year or next week. The next thing that I want to let you all know that we have partnered with, we, the city, us, me, you, all of us, have partnered with Goodwill Industries. They are putting on a expungement program. You all remember a few weeks ago, our council member Brandon McGee brought forth the ban of box. okay? Remember ban the box? And so they brought that forward, and somehow that did not make it through, ban the box. We did put that charge back on the Chamber of Commerce to do something, because, you know, the business owners, it's a whole bunch of different people that's in a whole level mindset. They are gonna be working to make sure that, you know, we get these employers to, put the box down at the bottom, some information. But meanwhile, on top of that, while we were doing that, we were also putting together an expungement, clinic. And the expungement clinic is gonna occur on Monday, July the 15th, from 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock at the Goodwill on University. So now, they taking their time banning the box, but now we can come through, and if there's anybody with a criminal background, this is the opportunity, and it's for free. Each one of these things costs between $1,500 and $3,000. Goodwill Industries is going to pay for all of it, for the first 100 people. So if you know anyone that needs to help getting that cleaned up, moving it off, they can stop calling themselves ex-felons, and I got this, and I got that, I've been in jail for this, or whatever. Here's the time. So I'm gonna leave these up here, and we wanna make sure that you pick up each one of those. I'm very proud to say that a sorority that I belong to, the organization, is also co-sponsoring this, so you'll see their logo right there on. Cleo Burkett is the president of that organization. Some of you all know her. So we're very excited to have her to say yes, and our group to say yes to that as well.
Who's sponsoring that?
The city of Denton, Goodwill Industries, and Delta Sigma Theta sorority come together. This is a metropolitan-wide thing. You don't have to be from Denton County. It's just anybody out there. Let's get them all, as many as we can. So I really appreciate that point. They don't have to be from Denton. They can be from Tarrant County, Wise, Collin County. Just get up here and get your record clean. So there's some priorities on that sheet that you can have. The other thing is that I'm going to encourage each one of you all to put your Engaged Denton on your, it's an Engaged Denton app. Put that app on your phone. When you see something, say something. That's what the app means. I have turned in so many things on this app. Whenever I see something that I might have a problem with, in the app, they get right back to you the next day or two. And you don't help us work through it. And then they'll close it out. I had a chance, my last one that I did, walking on the sidewalk, one of those electrical boxes had slid onto the sidewalk. And then it was getting all dirty and muddy and stuff from the rain. So I just took a picture of it, put it on Engaged in there, put the address on there, and I'm telling you, within the week, they had put a brand new sidewalk out there to go around it, and new grass and everything. So it is, it does work. The other thing that I'll ask you all to do, continue to ask you all to do, is to go have the discovery, go to discoverydenton.com. Because our city is very transparent, there is nothing that you should not know. The city is very transparent. You can go to discussden.com, put in your question, type in your subject matter, and it will come up. Information about the splash park. I also want to say that I'm very proud that we have our new splash park. Thank you, Ms. Ms. Tootie, she was loud. She was proud to say, hey, there's something going on with our splash park. We need a bigger one. They heard us, and they went out there, the city, the Parks and Rec, went out and made a way for that splash park to increase its size, and we certainly want to thank you all for doing that. I don't know if y'all saw the new bridge over there.
Yeah.
We got the bridge painted, we had worked on that and picked the design that we wanted, and they have that taken care of right there. I'm so excited about that. So other than that, that's what I got. I'm trying to talk as fast as I can. I know you don't give much time.
Hey, I have a question.
Okay, so I have some questions.
If you, I don't know if you can give us an exact number, but I want you to see if you can come up with a number so people will know what Woodrow is going to look like from Loop 288 to Woodrow. Exactly how many apartments in your estimation are being built between
I think there's
McKinney?
like five or seven apartments over there between Woodrow and
Separate apartment complexes?
separate apartment complexes there, and they're huge.
So you're looking at, I just want everybody to know that between maybe the next 4 or 5 years, you're looking at what, maybe 1,200 apartments over there?
Oh, you're talking about per unit, or you?
No, the apartment complex has 400 or 500 units.
Yeah.
I know they're building the one on McKinney, Woodrow and the one on TV, but in between those apartments, there's other things coming. Cause they were passed when I was on P and Z.
Okay,
So I didn't know if they'd come back to city council, but I
I'm
just want
sure
to get
they
the
have.
neighborhood, view of what's actually coming.
Yeah.
Because when you say they did the traffic study, we've been asking for
That
a
was on
traffic
Woodrow.
study for years. I know, but they're gonna build a road that's coming through Woodrow.
Yeah.
Which is gonna increase the traffic.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took this long to have a traffic study when
Well,
we had for one years ago.
all right, well, a lot of times, this educational moment, and I've had to learn this as well. A lot of times, the roads usually come in last because the developers, you don't know what's gonna be a development on somebody's property. They own the property, they have a right to put whatever they wanna put on there, let's say right away. And you don't know what's coming. You don't know if it's gonna be an apartment complex in the next 5-7 years. You don't know if it's gonna be, somebody might wanna get a zone change, to add some stores, mixed use, whatever. So you can't really just put a road there in anticipation. You really have to wait until the road is there. You have to wait until the neighborhoods show up. Over here on 428, going out to Aubrey, that road really needs to be done. But there's the state, that's a state road, by the way. The state is not gonna put any money into that road until they can determine what's gonna be going out there. And then that's gonna determine what kind of road is gonna go out there. So I can't really say what anything's gonna look like in the next 5 years. Stuff moves slow, because there's a lot of things that have to go into this. Everything is like this, and it's gotta match up, then it's gotta work. But I do know that it is in the pipeline. Woodrow is not forgotten about. Also, McKinney Street, I'm on the mobility committee. McKinney from Woodrow to 288, there's some apartment complexes over there. More cars. We're putting pressure on the city right now to let's do something, at least let's get some sidewalks out there. That road has got to be done, and the city manager's office knows that road's gotta be done. I'd like to see 2 lanes on each side. We don't know how that's gonna play out. McKinney, Mingo. Somebody almost got hit off. Was on a bicycle trying to go down Mingo Road today. So that's coming up. It just takes time. You don't know what's gonna be on that road. So the roads are going to come last. And we complain about roads, streets, that's our biggest complaint. But we're growing so fast. We just got so much stuff going on. We're the 36th fastest growing city in the nation right now. And these people wanna be here. They ain't playing. And these developers are trying to develop this stuff as quickly as possible. And people are upset because things are happening very quickly. But those things have actually been going on for years. Stuff just don't show up. Things take 5, 6, 7, 10 years to show up. And that has to be ongoing. Then it shows up. And then it's big and it's a lot. And people are saying, well, you already tell us about this. Yeah, we probably told you about it about 7 years ago. And now it's here. So now we can justify Woodrow. Now we can justify McKinney Street and widening it. It's very dangerous on that road. Mingo Road is very dangerous. All those east-west roads. You all saw Mayhill. Finally, the state of Texas is doing something with Mayhill Road. Remember that little dog leg out there? We had to go around where the landfill is. Now you see that growth. They've been working on that road for the last 7, 8 years. And now it's here. When the money comes in, and there's more tax money, then they'll do it. That's how that works. Anything else? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
had one fan giveaway, will you be giving some fans away somewhere? So that everybody can know about it.
Yes, some fans, I don't know the details, but I can certainly make sure you all get the details
All right.
on the fans.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah,
And longer and longer.
yes.
And I certainly, I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable. That's not my thing.
So we would like to know if they're gonna do it again.
Okay, we'll find out. We'll find out. Councilmember Beck is here. He can answer that question for us.
Well, no, the fans are coming soon, I don't have the details, but the sustainability will get that to Council Bird.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, on the development thing that she mentioned, the development services have this great dashboard that you can sign up for, and you can set a distance, say, from your house, and say, give me every notification for any development within a mile of my house, or whatever location, whatever address you pick. They put this in 2.5 years ago, And I've been trying to proselytize, make sure everyone's aware. If you want to know what's coming in within a mile or two of your house, the development services, and we can get the address to you, and you can send it out in the newsletter. But that way you know what's coming near any particular address at any time.
And that's part of the transparency that the Denton is committed to. So it's nothing is behind any kind of walls or anything like that. You all, that's your job, is to go and find it, okay? It's your job is to go and find it because it's there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Did the mayor send anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody here for the mayor? I know he's out of town. Are you here for the mayor?
Yeah, but he just asked me to take notes. He didn't have anything for me to share.
Oh, he didn't send anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob? Jacob is from Denton Affordable Housing.
Good to see everyone. My name is Jacob Moses. I'm with the Denton Affordable Housing Corporation. We're a nonprofit that's been building affordable housing throughout the city of Denton for about 30 years now, including a handful of properties in Southeast Denton, Middle Street, Allen, Wood, all those blocks. Just here to get y'all's guidance, hear your vision for the prospect of some sort of development and a lot that many of you are probably familiar with, 418 Robertson Street. We've had many Senate meetings in the past with past developers pitching fourplexes and a lot of properties that were conducive to the neighborhood's vision. It is back on the market, and we are curious about the prospect of partnering with SED, rolling up for just a blank notepad, and hearing y'all's vision for what exactly a development on that lot would look like, if anything. And that's a major corridor through SED, and I want to make sure it continues to be as such. No agenda here, just looking for any guidance or reaction to the prospect of a development there. And then if we are curious about it, maybe if you come up for another meeting, we're going to blank notepad and hear your stories about wanting room for local entrepreneurs or housing, whatever it is y'all want. So that's the only reason I'm here, open to any guidance for now. Any reactions, totally for it. I know there's been some bad proposals in the past. But I'd just love to hear some feedback from you all. Yes, ma'am.
It seems like I've heard, I know I've heard the mayor mention that this community is a community of single-family homes. Is that something that's like reality-based when you're in an infield situation, just single-family homes? You talk to versus
Sure.
a community, agreeing to townhomes and apartments.
Yeah.
How does something like that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's lovely about Southeast Denton, and you all experience this every day, is the mix of housing types that are conducive to kind of a generally single-family neighborhood. So you have single-family homes, you have duplexes and triplexes, but the shape, form, and mass is all conducive, design-wise, to a single-family neighborhood. The zoning district, by right, is permitting some multifamily zoning. The feedback we've gotten from the mayor is to consider down zoning to only single-family. But finding feedback from the neighborhood, there's a lot of options in which you can preserve the single-family character of your neighborhood while having affordable housing options, spaces for local entrepreneurs. Just gotta get creative with the neighborhood to make it happen.
You want to mention the city grant, 24,000.
What was that project?
Oh, sorry, it's to help people create lower income housing. within properties that
Yes.
they
So
own.
if you have an existing property, Ray Redmond has a beautiful property on Mill Street. There's a grant program where if you use the grant funds to improve mechanical, plumbing, electrical systems, you can also have some more affordable rents through having that grant program. But it's open to reactions. Nothing set in stone. Is there a vision
Any
for,
ideas of what to put on the property?
if anything? Is everyone familiar with that block? 418? At the corner to Clara's?
Right across the street from the old Logan's barber shop.
Yeah, that property is kind of rectangle, it's kind of hard to put anything, I mean, it would be
Yeah, it
difficult
is
to put
better
something
not
like
laid
that.
out.
No, it's not your typical lot, it's actually a rectangle.
Say Shamrock Grass gas station.
Why don't we put a parking lot over there for the vacancy come to Claire's Kitchen?
There you go.
And I know there's no more street parking over there, right?
Exactly.
You got it? I got it. It's a need for the block.
Anyone that comes to anywhere over there, whether they want to visit the neighborhood or anywhere else, they can park there and not just in someone's yard or anything.
So having some off-street parking for the businesses nearby.
Exactly.
And if there's other development over there, commercial, it could be maybe shared parking lots.
Exactly.
Okay. Is there a positive reaction to other small businesses along Robertson? Maybe shared parking for the existing business as well, like Clara's?
There is another business, a few blocks away, about a block on Prairie and Skinner that would need extra parking as well.
Yeah, I have a question. Now, you're talking about that property. Now, if you wanted to make it into a parking lot, that's something that the individual would have to buy and make, or is that something that the city would actually buy?
So the company to be what the city calls a planned development, we would write our own code for parking in particular.
Right.
So we could have a shared off-street parking area serving Clara's and any other development that happens thereafter.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I got. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for me chatting with you all, and if I can roll up again sometime, if you get any feedback in the meantime,
Sure.
just let me know. I'll roll up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jason. Okay, we have, Clara's Kitchen on the agenda, and I want to say, Julie, everybody knows Julie, reached out to me because Clara's Kitchen wanted to come to the meeting to address, I don't know, issues or problems or something. And I told her it would be okay for them to come. I didn't reach out, y'all reached out to me through Julie. And then there was something on Facebook about something being said in the meetings about Clara, and nothing's ever been said in the meetings about Clara, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Well, we'll be more than happy to address it.
So that's why I said, if you wanna come up now,
Okay.
then whatever the issue is.
So I'm co-owner of Clara's Kitchen. We've been asking to be on the agenda with SEDNA and also with the city because there has been some discrepancies, a lot of different things, and I'm just call it how I'm gonna call it the lies regarding Clara's Kitchen. So we came to address any questions, concerns that you may have to get facts from us, the owners of Clara's Kitchen. There have been several different things going on. I know a lot of you in here used to go to Thomas Craft, go to Clark's, to where the same thing, you're getting served food, you're listening to music, different events are going on. We're doing the same thing that's been done for years. Nothing's changed. Only thing's changed is younger people are coming up and doing the events, and some of the other people are still coming to visit, but we're still doing the same thing that's been done in the past. So I'm here to address any questions or concerns that anyone has towards Clara's Kitchen. Yes, sir.
I've got a question. Isn't it true that the online recorded video of the October 23 meeting of this Senate Association had discussion about Clara's Kitchen and the shooting that took place earlier that month?
That is correct. There was a discussion in October regarding Clara's Kitchen that officials flat out lied and said the shooting happened on Clara's Kitchen's property, when it did not. We were closed at the time. The shooting happened across the street. Yes, we had already made Denton Police Department aware that we were going to be closed if they could patrol the area. We've been closing early for previous nights, posted it on Facebook, had a sign up in front of the door that we were closed. But it was stated here in the October meeting that it happened on Clara's Kitchen property, and it did not. I want to clarify that.
Has someone been stating publicly that you are having events with over 300 people at Clara's Kitchen?
Yes, that was stated and reported to Denton Police Department that we were going to have an event that had over 300 people, which once again is a lie. That's a lie as well. We were having an event for college students to where they can go to a place and feel secure and safe. They always bring security when they do have these events. But the person that told them, just flat out lied, caused us to lose a contract to where that promoter canceled on that contract that we had to have that event because they reached out to him and threatened, more or less, to arrest him if they continued with the event.
Can I just say something for a minute? I think somebody might have asked the question. I don't remember us discussing clarification.
We can send it.
I think somebody, but let me finish. I just think somebody asked about what happened. Me personally, I've never been to Clara's Kitchen, so I have no idea what's going on there.
And it wasn't torture.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you keep saying official.
Let me clear this up about that. No one. What happened was, someone asked a question, like you said, and we get a police report. No one put Clara Kitchen down here. I'm here at the Sedna's meeting, I know. Okay, so what it was, the police gave up, whatever goes on in this neighborhood.
We get a report.
We get a report. And all they do is ask the question, what happened down there? This happened, this happened. The police give a report.
That's
That's
why
all
we
it
cleared
was.
up.
Nobody
That's why we
put
cleared
Clara's
up.
Kitchen.
And that's
down
why we're here
discussed.
to clear, because
It was
it wasn't a
discussed.
Sedna
That's why we're
member,
here to discuss.
it was a city official member that stated it was on Clara's Kitchen property.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with Sedna. It was a city official member that attends these meetings that brought it up and stated Clara's Kitchen.
Isn't it true that the police reports never mentioned Clara's Kitchen, that it mentioned across the street at a different address, at the parking lot, down the road, across and down the road in Clara's Kitchen?
That is correct. On the police report, it states that it was across the street and it gave the school's address. It never stated Clara's Kitchen. But the people that are stating it are telling everyone, spreading rumors, spreading lies, saying it was at Clara's Kitchen, which it was not. We understand that, it's done, but that's why we're here to clarify. Also, they didn't state that I was the one that called the police department for the event going across the street.
Was that before the shooting you called?
Way before the shooting. I haven't recorded where I called the Denton Police Department before the shooting started, when I heard the first shot, and then when I heard the other shots.
They had a question right here.
Yeah, I was just, I saw the total, yeah. So we're coming to address that. Before the shooting even occurred, I had called the police department, and it's recorded. Yes, Tova?
I just wanted to clarify, that's city property, isn't it?
What city park?
That parking lot across the street?
It's for Fred Moore High School?
Yes.
Yes.
School district.
The school districts, yes. Does anyone have any questions
So
or
people
any?
were illegally on your, were they on your property at all at Clara?
No.
Not the number, the people were,
Not that night.
not that night?
No, not that night.
Had nothing to do with Clara. We were closed. There was a sergeant that had rode by and stated, yes, they were closed. Yes, I saw people congregating up, but it was nothing going on. He stated this on his report that he had rode by and he saw it. After that, that's when it occurred across the street. No one was on Clara's Kitchen's property. Yes, sir.
Can I make a comment on behalf of pretty much all the situations that happened in Clara?
Yes, you sure can.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Aaron. I'm a student at UNT. I'm a senior here at UNT. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I believe you're a member of Delta Sigma. We're all part of the Divine Nine, the black fraternity sorority anyways. Like I said, I'm a student at UNT. I'm the promoter that throws pretty much all the parties. I'm sponsored by Monster Energy. I don't know if energy drinks, but they sponsor my events as well. I do it professionally. I've been doing it for about 2 years. I'm moving to the Dallas market after I graduate this December. I'm not really into politics. I have a relationship with them. They've taken me underneath their wings since I got here to UNT. I'm throwing all my events there. I'm a guy that likes to do things professionally. They're extremely professional. The events that have occurred, although I was not witness, every time I have thrown an event, the utmost safety of the crowd that I bring in there I have a crowd of thousands of kids. Not to say thousands of kids that came to their property, but to tell you every kid that has came to their property is left safe. I have received calls from the police department. I have received calls from city officials and politicians that have been professionally thrown out there as threats as if I throw an event there that, it's pretty much gonna get canceled, I'm gonna lose money. In reference to the contracts that they were talking about being canceled, I'm one of them. And it's a 5-figure deal. So all in all, like that's unfair to them when they're just hosting an event, they're serving food, doing public service. You should know about this. Public service is a part of my fraternity's rules, it's a part of our bylaws, and we exercise that. I'm a people person, I see a lot of older, a lot of younger people, a lot of black people, a lot of white people. I'm all about unity, and that's what my events represent, and that's what they've given us. Now, there's not many places in Denton, Texas. I'm from South Dallas. There's not many places in Denton, Texas that allow events for a young black kid like myself hosting. It's not very friendly, honestly. So when I come up here and I'm given an opportunity to find a gold mine like Clara's, and hey, I get to host events, hey, I get to do this, and I don't have somebody looking over my shoulder and throwing out, I would say, just stigmas or what comes with the color of my skin. And I get to work freely in an environment and be creative and make money legally. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. And they give me the opportunity to do that. And that's opened a lot of doors. I probably wouldn't be sponsored by Monster if it wasn't for them. I wouldn't have had a big enough event. So I'm well aware of what's being done to them, and what's being done to a lot of other promoters that are coming up, that are younger than me, that are freshmen, sophomores, juniors, that need that same opportunity to do what I want to do in my profession. And altering them is hurting those college kids. You got kids at TWU, you got fraternities and sororities at TWU and UNT who use that property. It's almost, you're closing the water gates. It's affecting us, And I'm about at the highest level as a student can be at UNT, professionally, however you want to put it. And I'm telling you all the time, it's gonna hurt us. So, that's why.
Is this a city problem or a police problem? I mean, do you have problems with the police or?
No, that's what we come to find out. We come to address everyone's question about that.
That was my next question. Have you ever gotten a ticket for
Because I
loud
know
noise?
there's been complaints about the parking. People saying they can't get by, can't get through, whatever. We want to address those questions, those concerns. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
That's what I'm like, has there been loud noise complaints?
Want
Have
to
you
know
ever
if
gotten
it's a
any
city problem
tickets
or
for
not.
that?
Is
Is it a city, is it a community problem? Is it a city problem? Is it, let us know what y'all's
Well, I
concerns.
mean, we can't be the ones to shut down anything. It's either
You guys are
police.
influential, right?
Yeah, y'all
You
are
guys
very
have
influential.
Who is? Nobody said anything.
We're all having a discussion. It's every.
I heard that's what I'm discussing. You wanted to come to the meeting. That's what I'm discussing.
And that's what we're trying to discuss, but we're.
But nobody has been talking about Clara.
We have it on video. We have it on video.
I saw it online.
It was on
We
video.
got a police report and we
It
asked
was
a
on
question.
video. It's on video where, I'm just gonna go ahead and say,
Sure.
Vicky Bird came out and said that the shooting happened on Claire's
Okay, there you go,
property.
so.
We have our attorney sitting over here.
And the video's online. We can share the link of the video if everybody wants to watch that meeting, right here in October, after the shooting. And I've got.
She just said it was Vicky Bird that said it.
That's right, that's exactly right. And you started out saying nobody said anything about theirs, and that's, maybe you forgot, okay?
No, we said the police, when you asked the
When
question.
we asked the
Anytime we have
question.
a setting meeting, when the police department, they would come and give a report, and we ask questions. she probably asked the question in the Senate meeting, but no one talked about or against Clara Kitchen in here. If they would have, I would have shut them down. You know me, Manuel.
I do know you.
Okay,
That's
you
why
would,
I wanna say thank
if
you.
you would have shut them down, I would have said, we're not gonna talk about that.
No.
But anytime it's anything, it don't have to be in Clara's Kitchen. It could be on the public street. The police gonna give us a report.
Right.
That's all they do is
You
give
guys
us
were
a
asking
report.
about, you guys were asking about, do we have to have permits? You guys were asking about parking.
Who is you
You
guys?
guys were asking about the setting of members. Setting of members.
Here it said.
This is on, it's on video from
Setting of members, we're asking about, do we have to have permits?
Well, I
How
want to
about
tell
the
you.
parking? Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, so what's the capacity that you can have at your place, at the sweet wine shop?
Inside there, we do have a capacity limit.
Okay.
Outside, however, we don't.
Right, right.
Outside, however, we do not.
So the occupancy on
And
the
we've never
inside,
exceeded our capacity level on the inside.
Inside.
We've never exceeded our capacity level.
ever.
But I just said something real quickly, come in both meetings. I'm talking about Ministerial Alliance, and I'm talking about SED. I'm in both meetings. And what happened is for his Ministerial Alliance meeting on a Saturday morning, I don't know if it was back in October or not, what happened was the police came and was telling us about the event that happened on Robinson Street at the Ministerial Alliance meeting. That's what all the preachers. And what-
We weren't aware of that.
Yeah,
We
and
were
what
talking
happened,
about the meeting.
and I'm telling you right now, and the police, they came at the time, because it was an officer, he said, they were very, very cautious, this is his word, about bringing anything up against Clara's Kitchen. They wanted to, as a matter of fact, tell you the truth, they were actually handing you guys, to use the phrase, with kid gloves. They really were, because they didn't want it to be seen like the police was coming down on Clara's Kitchen. So they came to the preachers that were at the meeting, one about 4 or 5 was there, and they were saying, well, we don't want to overstep, and we didn't say that Clara's Kitchen is a problem. Only we know there was a lot of people at this event, and they received some calls. Then after that, I don't know if it was before or after, they came to Sedna and gave a report saying that here's what happened on Robinson Street. Now, Clara's Kitchen probably did come up. I mean, if it had been Sweet Watch Shop, it would have came up.
Okay, but on the video, the police officer I didn't hear him mention anything. Vicky just came out and stated, okay, there was an occurrence that happened, it happened at Clara's Kitchen.
And that's probably was, can you kind of see how that would happen though? Because you
No, I
don't.
don't.
You only status with that.
No, I don't see it because in the newspaper, it also stated it was across the
Not without
street.
getting correct information, I don't see how that happens, as a council person. You know, if you're a council person, you're supposed to have all the information correct. So no, I do not understand that. Transfer that information to people that's concerned about the community. If y'all are concerned about the community and it's being translated to y'all that's happening at this spot. The only thing that we could suggest, what we think that y'all would do is believe that person. Because it's just like an elderly person or your mother or whoever speaking to you, or a person of authority, if they're telling you something, you're automatically gonna believe them.
Okay.
So when someone comes to tell you false information, they're supposed to be giving you the truth.
Yeah.
You know, we don't see how that could happen. We
Right.
don't see why it should happen.
And with that, even with the noise complaints that we've gotten, that you see on the police reports, we have never, I'm gonna repeat, we have never received a ticket. Ever. They'll come out and say, we have sergeants, lieutenants, all that come out and say, oh, it's fine to me, but we have a complaint.
Right.
We have to come out because they gave us a call. But we've never received a ticket because it's always fine. Or we cooperate, okay, if it's too loud, we apologize, we'll turn it down. But even with reaching out to the promoter, stating if they have an event, which we don't know where 300 members came from.
Off the flyer.
No, it did not. So since she put her out there, Vicky Bird reached out to the promoter and advised him, if you have an event, you will be arrested. And she stated 300 people, we have the text, we have your text. It stated 300 people. She stated, it stated 300 people, which it did not. We've never had 300 people.
That's the
That's not what Sedna is about.
And that's why, you see, I was not trying to address the issue.
Okay, let's leave that part out. I'm not the president, but I have been a member of Sedna since it
We
began.
started.
This is the beginning of mess. Let's leave it alone. Whoever, but Sedna was not in that.
No, Sedna, like.
Whoever took it out of Sedna and brought it to you, it wasn't from this part of Sedna. It was probably a member that is, I'm not even a member.
Just comes.
That's probably someone that just come. But this was started by Carolyn Phillips. She passed it on down to Colette, and I know about that. We are about business, not mess.
And that's why we've been trying to get on the agenda for a while to discuss it with Sedna. You know, if y'all have any concerns, please address
We
us
will.
and not listen
Let's leave
to
it
hearsay or, you know, that's why we like, okay, let us go.
Thank you. Let's leave it alone.
And I'd love for you guys to come to Minister and I'll be much better.
Y'all coming to us,
Yes, ma'am.
we'll work with you guys, but let's leave that out. Thank you. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean, like Aaron said, we're also some promoters that use Clara's Kitchen, not just for venues, for events,
That's it.
but for also catering and food. We would not know about Clara's Kitchen if they didn't open the doors for us. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the young generation trying to bridge that gap. So instead of, and with all due respect, we understand that this is Sedna. How can we, as the younger generation, how can we as promoters make a safe environment for Denton? As we throw our event, you guys can sleep well at night, that nothing is going to happen.
Well, have y'all not met with the police and tried to
So,
work it out?
so a lot of the time, the police do show up across the way at the high school. But we also bring our own security, our own private security.
License.
Exactly. In which, if anything, we can provide y'all the contact card. You know, so
And
if
we can, not to interrupt you, Rob, we can even make it where if there's a certain number of security that needs to be there, licensed and armed, that's a thing too. And like Rob said, the police are always across the street from every event. The police officers know me by name.
We welcome
It's sick, like,
We appreciate y'all to be in our neighborhood. We have nothing for the young people here.
Right.
We need this. And we thank you for your age level. Y'all are the generation that's coming up. So let's work it out together.
Well, now, you gotta think, come on now, you know, that spot, brother, I mean, you young man, I'm 76.
Yeah.
That's been a spot for young people since 1960. That's always been a spot for us.
And that's crazy because
Always been our spot.
like I was having a discussion. If it wasn't for the colleges, if it wasn't for, if it wasn't for the schools around here, a lot of us might not be in Denton, the young generation. We would stay in our cities where we're from. But as we are here, a lot of us come from out of town, out of state. We get homesick. We want to feel that sense of family. Clara's Kitchen is the sense of family that we feel. You know, they open the doors. It's like throwing a house party. You know, you open the doors. Your mom greets you. Your auntie greets you. Hey, baby, you hungry? Come get this. We just trying this out. And then by the time the night ends, I'm spending all the money that I just made on their food. Now I'm going to the house full, but I'm going broke. But in all, you know, I want to thank you, Ms. Tammy, for telling us about this, because a lot more of us can sit in these meetings and hear what y'all have to say. And then when we sit back in our meetings, we can discuss, hey, how can we help Clara's that doesn't really benefit us?
The community.
It benefits the community. Exactly.
And that's what we try to do. We always try to give back. Like I said, we welcome everyone, any and everyone. We welcome the police department, but we always try to give back. And we're not doing it to get, oh, Claire's Kitchen doing this. No, we're doing it because this is us. As a people, this is who we are. We go from door to door passing out plates just because this is what we wanted to do. We help, several different things we've done to help the community. Go ahead.
I'll tell them about it. Tobin and I both have had events where players either gave free food or gave us discounted food to give to people. And as an old white woman, I have no problem going to their events. I've been to a couple of their events. I've never been scared. There's never been any problems there. And I live within 5 blocks of both Anderson's and LSA, and I can hear their music. And, you know, their music is nothing compared to those other places. And if you get an opportunity, y'all need to watch the public meeting where, what was it called, Brian, where y'all did the Southeast Denton area plan type thing? And that wonderful consultant was brought in.
You know what I'm talking about? There was a development building in the Southeast Denton area.
Yeah.
Development building.
But you might want to watch that because that's pretty amazing. That is one of the most amazing meetings I've ever seen that had council in it. But what was brought up, and y'all were brought up, and there was talk of permitting, and, you know, that's right after that, the street started getting shut off. If you're gonna permit them, you need to permit every other place. East Side, Anderson's, anybody that has those.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, there are 9 signs on half of the street on Robinson Street where there's no parking or standing. Just on Robinson, 9.
Which makes people park in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Instead of at the business.
Yes. And they say that, you know, the signs are there because they're worried or they're concerned about the traffic. You weren't concerned about it when you had all this dirt and stuff put up there for months in front of their kitchen and the cones. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, that's exactly, but there's 9 signs just in that one area to prevent parking at Claire's Kitchen.
So that's still the city, right? Have y'all talked to the city?
We have attempted to talk to the city. We have, also, they bring up talking to SED. So we're going back and forth. So that's why we have city officials here and we have SED, so we're gonna bring it up.
Have they shut y'all down with something? I'm trying to see where the problem is.
So now they're telling us we can serve food, but they don't want us to have events.
And also, is it okay if I
Yes,
mention
go right
about,
ahead.
yeah, Scott McDonald, I don't know if he's here today to answer this, but, who is the head of development services, he had called me, I forget what they're called, I think Tabasco.
TABC.
The TABC, he had called TABC on them, when they don't even serve liquor. Like, he was calling, and he admitted, to them, to their lawyer, to the Denton Record Chronicle, that he had called TABC on them, and he was asked, you know, how many other times have you done this, called TABC on any business in Denton yourself, let alone a black-owned business in Southeast Denton? And the answer was, once before.
Once in 20 years.
Yeah, something, and pardon me, I'll just try to say this really quickly. I'm here, as I should say, my name's Deb. I used to be on city council, I'm not anymore, but I served at large, meaning citywide. And so I, represented District 1 as well as 2, 3, and 4. And I met Tammy and Manuel really early on city council. It was on Thanksgiving Day. And they were giving out food to the homeless, and they told me about the zoning problems that they had had, struggles that they had had trying to get correct with the city, and the obstacles that they faced from the city. The reason why they're talking to y'all instead of the city, yeah, is because this is community. This is what, neighbors, there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's about like, support, yes, supporting each other and introducing it.
We all the time. Let me address something. You got a city council here. We want you to get on it, open whatever they need, because this is our community, just like they say. You are city council. You need to get on and bag them up. Everybody is.
From the very beginning, she said we're not going to over-talk anybody.
I don't care. It's time. It's time.
She's city, she's all right.
It's all right. What I want to do is you want progress. We got city council sitting right here. And all these, whatever, the police, city board, whoever, then
Coming to y'all.
jump on it.
Coming to y'all.
That's what we're addressing.
Coming to y'all for help because the city council is giving y'all false information. So if we're going to the devil for help, we're not going to get help.
We're giving it to you now. We want her. Our city council. I don't care what she have done. Now, we're telling you now. Right here, I'm telling you now.
So we can no longer come here and get help from you guys?
Yes.
Okay. We want some results. We want to let y'all know what the results are from you.
And see, that's our thing.
Yeah.
My question is, and I'm gonna ask you, Vicky, and so I want to.
Okay, do it.
No, I'm asking, Vicky.
We got
In the beginning,
time.
we voted for you. So my question is, how do you feel about?
Okay, let me say something. I'm gonna interrupt you.
Yeah, but this is about community.
It's out of order. It's out of order. It's time. We do time. It's out of order. Okay, you want to talk to Vicky, do it out.
She said it's fine.
It's only an hour meeting.
You got a question?
I mean,
It's only an hour.
Got one last question.
Okay, go ahead.
My question.
I'm talking about who runs.
So my question is, when you first started running, you came to Clara's, we supported you. And then for you to turn around and give all this negative feedback towards Clara's Kitchen, you even asked us to host an event for you. Then you turn around, I have it on text, and then you turn around and give negative feedback. Why?
That's all right, man. That's it. That is it.
Between, maybe y'all need to have a meeting. Y'all need to have.
That's personal.
Oh, yeah, just real quick, I was just gonna address just an elephant in the room, maybe. There was one incident at Clara's Kitchen where there was an altercation, and I mentioned that because that's public information, it was in the newspaper. I just to put that in context, at Hannah's, if you know Hannah's, the fancy for Denton restaurant, Denton fancy restaurant on the square, also has had one altercation in their entire existence, just like Clara's. And it was an incident where there was, and I printed out just to read it again, it was made the police blotter. A customer at this fancy restaurant attacked another customer at the fancy restaurant. It's not clear exactly why. They didn't seem to know each other. But suffice to say, that's a pretty good track record in so long of their existence, just one actual altercation. And so it can seem real stressful when that happens. I'm just mentioning that because I read that in the article, people were quoted saying they were concerned about it. So anyway, thank you for your time. Sorry.
If you ever need Sedna, this lady right here, myself, I don't know how many members are in here, Reverend Logan, but we have been members of Sedna since the beginning. This is our president. Take it to her. Okay? Sedna is here to help the community. Yes. And that's what we are here for, not that. Thank you. Hold your head up, take care of your business, because somebody's gonna try to bring you down, and we are not the ones. We're gonna
We are, Manuel.